Good morning.
Morning, morning. How are you doing?
Doing good, thank you. How about yourself?
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's who's in here. So, what was your thoughts when you went to go see the property?
The property definitely needs some work for sure.
Yeah.
The layout is interesting that on the inside, like all three of the rooms are really close to each other.
Hmm.
It doesn't even I don't know how to explain it. I have pictures, but it just didn't look like the setup should be what it is.
Yeah.
Um, there's quite a bit of land, so there is room to definitely expand, like adding
Hmm.
a bedroom or another bathroom or something, which is nice. Um, backyard was had or the I noticed that in Utah or Salt Lake City, a lot of the
Yeah.
backyards tend to be a little bit smaller, but then the front yard is very long. So the
Mm.
grounds, to me, they kept the grounds together, but the inside not the
Not
same.
so much.
Yeah. um the assistant, it was funny because she actually turned out to be the realtor's wife. um
Oh, okay.
yeah, so she came to do it because he was out of town, so got to talk to her. I did some door knocking too, which was
The-
new.
Like the neighbors, or who'd you?
The neighbor, because well, I was going to go, but the lady came out, so I saw her with her it was like an older woman, or the grandmother. She was with her granddaughter, so I was
Hmm.
just asking her about the neighborhood, and she started to talk about a lot of what was going on and stuff. So she's the person who you want to go to.
Yeah.
She
It,
ended she ended up giving me three more properties to check out that aren't like listed, because she's like, there's people here who, are selling and stuff. So
yeah,
she gave my information to these people. So I'll talk to them soon. Yeah.
that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
like, with the people that she gave you, the three people, is it like already on the market, or like she just knows these people are thinking about
They're
selling?
not on the
What's going?
market.
They're
Yeah,
not on the
they're
market yet.
not. No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, because the community, she said, we're pretty tight knit over here, so
Hmm.
everybody kind of knows what's going on. And funny thing, I learned that raccoons go after chickens. She has chickens in her backyard, and she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I had no idea that they were chickens are prey for raccoons."
Yeah, chickens are prey to everything. I don't think there's
Right.
there's not many animals they're not prey to. Right. That's funny. Wow. Okay, so that's awesome. So, and to think if even if you don't get this deal, but you got these other three leads too, and you start buying these properties. I think it was the Nationals. Someone was saying that they bought um, multiple houses on like in the same street. You know what I
Mm,
mean? That's pretty cool. So
yeah.
if especially if it's a tight knit community, like hey, you need a like I got a lady you can call if you need to sell her house. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how it cascades and explodes. That's really cool. It's exciting.
It was exciting. It was less scary than I thought it was gonna be. The
Yeah.
talking part, because it was just like, okay, it's just a conversation. That's it.
Yep. And it's funny you say that because that's probably an ongoing theme that I hear a lot of people, a lot of the gamers say, and not just in just in general. Like after like you make the phone calls, after you knock on the door, after you make that the actual MMA, it's like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Hmm.
You know, our imagination will always make things worse than well, for the most part, make things worse than what it actually really is, right?
Yeah.
The one thing with speaking about that, like it's speaking of fear, like what stops us from taking action, we are always fearful of something in the future, never of the present or the past. It's always something in the future.
Mm,
If I'm hiking, I'm worried I'm going to in the future fall off the ledge. If I see a snake, I'm worried that the snake's going to bite me. If that snake comes and bites me, I'm not worried. I'm not afraid that the snake's going to bite me anymore because it's already happened. Now I'm worried about the venom that what's that going to do to me. That's always in the future. So whenever we're feeling fearful, yeah, the trick is easier said than done, but is to stay in the present. As in, I'm right here, right now, knocking on this door. They're going to be so excited for I'm excited to have this conversation. And when we're having these like when we're feeling anxious and nervous, our bodies don't. It's the same physical reaction as if you're excited, but we're telling ourselves that because we're nervous, then we have that anxiety feeling. One thing that I've done, and I saw it on TikTok, so it has to be true. But I literally been doing this for like months, and it's been like really really helpful. Whenever I feel anxiety or fear bubbling up, I say out loud, "I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited." And after like a week of doing that, like literally every time I felt like nervousness or anxiety start popping up, I say, "I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited," and I feel like loads of a completely different feeling, like dramatically. So if you guys are nervous about making phone calls or whatever, to say, "I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited." It's silly, but because the nervous reaction or the your body's reaction to excitement and anxiety are exactly the same. But that's awesome. Taking some action. Um, so do you still want to do the deal analysis on that one?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna do some deal analysis. Then we're gonna talk about scaling, or if you have other questions or whatever, we can address those too. You sent me the address before.
Again, let me
No, just not.
yeah, I can.
Sal, are you on here? Sorry, someone just texted. I want to make sure Sal was able to get in. Oh, it is. Oh, second.
And I don't know if this is going to matter, but I got a little sheet from the agent while I was there.
Mhm.
They had some remarks that they included. They
Mhm.
mentioned something about a property line discrepancy. So I asked them if they could just give some information on that
Yeah,
for me.
that's
Um, yeah,
so they're currently going through a property line. So they need a assessor out there, or what?
it just says property line discrepancy. So I asked her if she can get some more
Hmm.
information
Got
on it.
nothing yet.
Yeah. Has a reverse mortgage. But the interesting thing on here is that the listing says from the agent, it says we need this listing price to clear all debts because it was originally 425,000 and that people weren't biting on that, so it's now 327,005. You know,
Mm,
I could see I wouldn't pay 425 for that with the work that it needs done. I think they were just doing that because I looked at the neighborhood, like the lots and stuff, and the price
yeah,
up in that range, but for houses that are taken care of.
yeah. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Here, let me. What's the address again, or can you
Oh,
shoot me
I sent
the
it to
link?
you. Yeah, I
You
sent it to
did?
you. Yeah.
Okay. Where did I?
Um,
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, it was in. Okay, got it. For some reason, I was looking in text messages like, where's this at? No. Okay.
I went through the class two deal analysis too.
Uh-huh.
Um, Still think it'll be helpful to see it done though.
Sure. No, totally. Typically, like one of the hardest parts of like deal analysis is figure out the ARV, and that's where it starts. The after repair value. Then it's just a matter of minusing all the other expenses, including your profit. Then that's your max offer.
Mhm.
So here let's share my screen. And you're okay if we share the address.
Yeah,
People can
yeah,
see you're good. Okay, let
yeah.
me make sure. Da-da-da. Did Sal get back in? Are you on, Sal? Were you able to get in? Are you iPhone 3? Oh, there you are. Oh, I can see your face. There you are. I'm like, where's this guy? Nice. Okay. All right. And one thing with, and yes, I said this multiple times, but just really want to put it out there. Oh, it actually did. Did they say when did you just go see it? It was yesterday
Saturday,
or
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday. Did they say that they had an offer accepted on them, or what did it say? What did they say about the?
They said they didn't have anything, and also I'm talking. I don't know if it's me because they didn't have anybody that put any offers on it based on what they told me. So I'll
So
talk to
it
him.
looks like it's pending, which means that it's under contract or
Okay.
pending sale.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that it's gonna go through, especially with properties that need a lot of love. Let's show everyone these pictures. This is a need a lot of love property for sure. That makes me nervous. Zoom in. Oh, come on. Right? Oh my gosh.
So that's their crawl space that I did not go into.
What? No, oh yes, that's like a little whale. My
And from
goodness.
the outside, yeah, lift it up and you
Think
go
how many victims you can put in there. I mean, how much storage you can put in there.
like their pantry.
Yeah, this is
Yeah. A
this
lot
is
of
a whole.
and those walls are covering another wall. Yeah. Bathroom definitely looks worse than how like the photographer did a good job.
Okay, so it's definitely and it looks like the bathroom's eating it's eating something in the bathroom. I don't know what the toilet's eating something. Something's going on. Enough. Okay.
On the yeah.
Furnace is like too bad actually. Is that? Oh, that's padding. Doesn't have carpet, so like they're trying to replace it. Looks like okay.
The furnace and water heater are pretty new. So
Yeah, and it's right in the. Is there no door where the furnace is?
um, right, and then when you go where that furnace is, when you
And
make
this
a
is
right
in the
to the
living room,
bathroom,
right? Or is this down?
that's the living room. It's only one level.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the carport, you probably need to switch it up to the garage if you can, since they already have the carport.
Yeah.
Zoom in. What is up with this? There we go. This, looking at the foundation, that makes me a little nervous.
Mm.
And this used to be, they used to have an entrance here. See, there's a window used right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know
It
why
was
they got
there,
rid of
and they put in regular windows.
it. Yeah. And
May
you
not be nothing.
see that discoloration from the like I don't know what that thing is, the thing on the ground,
Uh-huh.
right and left. So that's something that they attached. Like it's a
Hmm.
built added something to it.
Okay. All right, and this is oh shoot. Oh no.
Oh no, is it the laptop?
Jared's almost back. First, it looked like Jen was piloting a helicopter, but I think she's on a ski lift. Maybe he's having a little bit of trouble getting on.
Hey, hey,
There he is.
there we are, back. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this computer's like, yeah, I'm about ready to throw it out. That's okay. And I couldn't get it back going, so the battery is completely dead, so and the charger's not working as well. So it's like, yeah, it's okay. If anybody knows any good computer repair shops, like let me know. There's one here in Tooele, and they can fix it, but it's gonna take them like 4 days, which is probably I don't think I'm finding anything better. Or I should just buy a new computer. That too.
Yeah, I
All
just
right.
got a decent one for about $600 laptop,
Yeah.
like $599
Okay.
at Best Buy. Yeah,
That's not bad. It's not bad at all. I like the extra screens though that I have. So I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
obviously the bigger the better.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's the $600 for a decent laptop or computer. I just need probably just get a desktop if anything. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. So with your deal, I'm on my phone, so I wasn't able to get this bad boy started up right away. I need to let it sit for a second. I think we'll have to come back to it so when we can look at that. Doing it over the phone is kind of a little bit challenging, but do you have any idea of the ARV on that one?
Not really. I mean, I was looking at
Okay.
their houses and it seems like on the same lot. Uh
Mm-hmm.
the lowest that I saw was 340, the highest that I saw was 622, but that's kind of around the corner. So this one, the max that I saw was about 460, 460 or 480, based on the other two houses that were next to it.
Mm-hmm. And that was they're selling for 480 or it sold for 480 to
Um, I think they're selling, but
hmm okay. But it gives you a rough idea, sure.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what the people asking. So and they were asking for three, what was the offer that they were asking
Um,
about? Or what
320,
was that?
327, 500.
327. Okay. So if you did like cowboy quick math, assuming that that's right, that it's 480. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you honestly, if you can get $150,000, like this is. I know some people do like the 70% rule, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Here in this market, you at least if I can get anywhere from depending how bad the repairs are too, right? But for an average flip repair cost and whatnot, if you can get $150,000 under what the ARV is, there's usually some money in there. Money in there. So you would be probably have to get anywhere like 300 um
Yeah, I was thinking 280,
at
300.
least 280. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably 280. So with it showing pending, they could have just barely got under contract over the weekend since you've been there. So I would just shoot the agent a message
Yeah.
and say ask him or her, I guess ask him what if it's under contract. So I was pending. I was about to send you guys an offer,
Mhm.
and you can actually send a backup offer too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is, but you can save yourself some time. Like, hey, so if I send in a backup offer 280, am I even in the realm of possibility? Do you have anything better than that? If not, I'd love to throw my hat in the ring.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, whether it's 100% truthful or not, that's to be determined. But yeah, like, getting at 280, even wholesaling at
They-
290, I think,
If
and
they
that's
say
assuming that.
no, if they say no to
What was that?
280, if it's a no at 280, then
Yeah.
leave
What's
it.
what's what's my favorite word in real estate? Next.
Okay. Next. Oh. Gotcha.
That's the answer right there. You don't want to do 280, then okay, he's
Okay.
out. There's a lot more to that, but good job and um, but you still have those other three leads you pull from this, so like
Yeah.
this is a huge win.
Yeah. So I'll go back this week to look at the other ones because they're in the general vicinity over there.
Mm-hmm. No, I love it. Okay, yeah, I mean, reach out to him. Did the old lady have their numbers by chance, or did you
She
get her number?
did. Yeah, Jody. Her name is Jody, so I have her number.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah, I'm just she will call. She does not text.
Okay. Yeah.
She'll call them
I
and
would I
let them know
would
I
I would
am.
give her a ring and just to see if she happens to know the phone numbers of the other people that's looking to sell.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a lot easier. And then even like, hey, would it be crazy if we jumped on through a call so you can just introduce me?
Mhm.
Like that connection right there, if that's possible,
Mhm.
you're gonna go. I mean, if she says no, then she says no. Like, no, I don't have time. I don't feel comfortable. Like, oh, yeah, no problem, no biggie.
Yeah.
But if she calls them and hey, this is my new friend. She's looking to buy in my neighbor's house, but I told them about your house. You're looking to sell, and and then she can just like pop off and just give you that intro. So you're gonna be so far ahead of any other investor, any other because you're like they know Jody, and so and how sweet an old lady she is, right? So it's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll listen to Jody's recommendation. So yeah, that's cool. I would see if she's willing to give you
Get
a
intro.
personal intro. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Sweet. Well, thank
Cool. Well, yeah, good job. Right in. Hey. All right. So, do we have any other questions, or we guys want to talk about scaling your business? Um, the next games, by the way, guys, I'm doing I made a post. This it's it's gonna for those that are not on the month to month. There's I'm doing like a flash sale or whatever. I don't know. So if you guys want to jump in the games and or still thinking about it for today, the next 24 hours, it's only 117 instead of the 197. So that's for the full 2 months or next 60 days worth. So we're gonna be focusing a lot more on seller financing. So I'm excited for this one. Well, always excited, but um, sweet. All right. If not, we'll just keep moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, the door knocking bonanza, that was a ton of fun. We had, I know we got 2 appointments set. The Nick and Zach got one, and Frankie got he had a pretty good one. He had a couple that he looks like he was going to get something going. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's good. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to do some drawing. Maybe I can do it by phone. Let me see. My camera's not working. That too. Okay. So scaling your business, what does that look like? So to scale any business, it's all into systems. Like at first, you guys when you're doing your business and when you're growing it, you're just starting out or you're just trying to get it going. Most of the time, you're doing like everything. You're the one. You're you're the excuse me. Sorry. You're the maintenance person. You're the cold caller. You're the admin. You're all that stuff, right? But to scale the business, right? It's same with like the templates and that Mitch and Maley use for their rehab stuff. They created a template, and so they just can copy and paste and continue doing things like that. So it's scaling your business as wholesaling, even if that's not your main business, but you can supply this to it all. What you want to do is to look at all of the tasks that need to be done and what part can you remove yourself? Because eventually, if you can remove yourself out of like almost all of the parts, then you can almost scale infinity at that point. Because if it's not relying on you, you can build the systems and keep that growing. And that's when you get like a cash flowing cow when you have built in those systems. So for an example, when you're looking at, oops, hang on. And I would recommend, here we are. Let me write down where's the whiteboard? Oh, here it is. Share whiteboard. Okay. So, and feel free to jump in, guys, if you have any questions or anything else like that, right? Okay. So we're looking at the first step, right? So the first step is leads, right? Now we can get leads through, whether that's through like a regular list, driving for dollars, and a number of other stuff, So getting your leads and mailers. If you're farming area, so even door knocking. Oh, I got a pin. So on and so forth. So we get a lead, and then it's like, okay, cool. It's contact the lead. I guess mailers and kind of the contact part too, right? So there's three main ways, right? So it's either here, mailer. This is also like email, and I put text in here as well. Communication without like verbal communication, basically. Okay. Then there's phone calls, and then door knocking. Oh my gosh. Okay. Those are the three main ways to contact. And then you're looking at, so this is where it gets to the negotiations, right? Negotiations. And so who does it? Who is the closer, right? So the closer has the appointments, goes to appointments. Oops. There we go. And then this is like the we'll say admin, or to be, so once we get something under contract, right? Under contract. Stupid phone. We have, send to title, send deal to buyers. And at this point, it's like transactional coordinator, which is basically taking everything down to the finish line. So this is like the paperwork and closing. So paperwork, closing, so on and so forth. Like this is, when you break things down, it's pretty much just all right here. And then getting paid, follow up, get money, follow up, referrals. Okay. Right now, you are in everything. Most scenarios for most people, you're everything. Sometimes it's like if maybe you're not the phone, maybe you have a VA or something like that that's like that. Or maybe you're not even using the phone, you're just doing mailers. You're doing, well, I guess warm market would be also another one. Warm market / referrals. So as you're going through, so as you're building your business and trying to scale this, it's like, okay, how can I automate my leads to come in? And getting a list is really easy. I mean, it really is. If you're starting to close some deals and you're looking to scale, then getting the leads, that's like the easiest part. There's like a gazillion different ways, depending what kind of market you're hitting. But that part's easy. And then the contact part, that's why you see a lot of these big businesses, they're doing a lot of mailers and ads. I guess I can put in ads too as well for paid. They're doing a lot of ads, doing SOE, so like Google. I need to sell my house fast. They're paying to be in the very top, the sponsor, and so they're doing things where you want to think of your business as if you're going to sell it. If I'm going to sell my wholesale business right now, right this very second, I don't think I could do it. I think because it's dependent on me on the negotiations, at the very least. I mean, as far as like the leads and the getting contact, and that's kind of, I already have systems in place. And so I can scale from there. But if I was going to sell some of my wholesaling business, Challenge Solver, I would have to put into place, like I would have to find people that could also do the closing, transactional or acquisition managers to actually do the closings, and then step myself away. Now, I can get like a, for example, in my case, if I get an acquisition manager to do this, doesn't mean that I can't do this part. I can't go to the closings and do all that stuff, but I need it to be where I can just step away and the business keeps turning. It's the difference between self-employed and business owner. Because you guys heard about, Robert Kiyosaki. I think the guy knows a thing or two, right? So we have the W-2s, the self-employed, business owners, and investors. These are the four ways to make money. When we're starting out our wholesale business, it's going to be self-employed. Because if you stop working, it's on. If an electrician, he has his business and he's like he's like the only guy that goes out there and does his electrician business. That's self-employed. He doesn't have a system where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go on vacation for 6 months and just leave, and my business is still gonna make me money. Because it has to be him that works it. It's just a different version of a W-2. That's what you're gonna start out at, as your wholesale flipping rental business. But if you build a system where it's like I can leave, I want to build it. I don't want to sell the business, but I want to have the option to do so. That kind of different mindset. If I can build the systems and remove myself as much as humanly possible from all the steps that are involved, then I become a business owner. And I know Eric Counts does a good class on 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 systems and whatnot. It's really good. I think I'll bring in Christine Diamond. She's also a great resource for building systems and whatnot, and been able to remove yourselves. So this is kind of like further down the road for a lot of people, but you can start doing this build like looking at your business, like what does it take for me to land a deal? What are the real steps to do it? And yours is going to be different than mine for every single. I mean, they're going to have a lot of similarities, obviously, but maybe there's different ways how you pull the, like you really love these type of leads or whatever, right? Then you look at it and like, okay, so how can I remove myself? Where can I delegate? How can I build a system or someone to really start scaling the business? So if I get a transactional or acquisition manager, because then under contract and getting a transactional coordinator, then that's kind of there. I have my follow-up systems and things like that where it can be done automation. And we live in a world where automations are easier to do than ever. This is a phenomenal way to start looking at your business. So like, as you're growing it, just think like, I want to sell this one day. And then as you start doing things, you're like, okay, how can I remove myself from this and keep going? The first couple deals, you're just going to be doing it. You're just going to be plowing in. And that's what I'm saying. If you guys make $10,000 in your first deal, this is just the world of Jared. I'm not giving any financial advice, but this is what I do. Okay, for the most part, I get a deal. Let's say I make 10,000. I would say 10% is what I do. And again, that's what I do. So I donate 10%. Okay, to be a church, could be whatever. So just give away. There's been studies that people that give to charity are richer. I'm not even playing, because it gives you more of abundance mindset, and not even talking about like the karma, the spirituality of it, all that stuff. But when you give away and with no real intention to give back, if I'm just going to give because I want money back, then I think there's some real difference there. But when you're giving away because you want, you feel good for the cause, or it's for your church, whatever, you put yourself in a different mindset of abundance. So like, there's been studies on like where you give away, people that donate money are richer, not because they have extra funds and they donate money. They're not like, that's not the correlation. But there are people that have similar jobs, but they're making similar income, but those that donate usually end up growing more wealth. So, and then I take 10%, or sorry, that's what I do. I'm not giving you guys advice. The 10% blow away. I'm not saying buying Coke. I'm saying like blow on yourself, treat yourself.
That's probably a better way to put it. Treat yourself. You know, um, I think sometimes when we're doing deals, and let's say we're in debt, and that's one of the reasons why you want to do a deal. So if I make 10, 15, 30,000 in a deal, and then I just, okay, I'm gonna make a big one-time payment on my house, and then boom, it's gone. I did all that work and everything, and it feels good that you paid off those debts and everything, but it's still like your dinosaur brain, no, sorry, not dinosaur brain, your reptile brain, the part that keeps you, your brain's not designed to keep you happy and wealthy. It's designed to keep you alive and quote unquote safe. And so if you did all that work and then you didn't see an immediate reward, there's no like reward, like the push and pull, like the punishment rewards we do with our accountability partners. This is it doesn't become that much of a reward. You don't get that much. The dopamine goes away. So I would just treat yourself on something nice that you want. Like if you made 20,000, take 2,000 and blow it on something. Maybe I need to do that with buy a new computer. Free. So whatever it may be, right? Blow it, and then another 10% I would put into like a savings, investing, some sort of savings account that you're not going to touch. You just forget it and set it. And then you have 30% left over of everything else, right? Depending on where you're at as far as like paying bills or whatever. But I would put that 70% back into your business, or maybe, let's say maybe you had to do 10% paying off debt or something like that. So we'll say 20%. And then you take that other 50% of the deal and then you put it back into your business. So that could be using the example of the 10,000. Great. I can go build. I can go buy some programs where they're going to give me consistent leads. I'm going to start a mailing campaign and an ad campaign, so I can buy back some of my time. I'm gonna until you start building up these two parts. Then if you're getting enough appointments where you can't handle, then you want to hire like a acquisition manager kind of scenario where they can go in and help negotiate with you for you. And so that you're putting the money into, and typically it's going to be like into these, like the contact slash lead source. That's where you're going to put a lot of your money at the very beginning. And so it's going to be turning in, and you want to say, okay, I put in 5K into marketing, and then we landed like, let's say 3 deals, and they got me $10,000 each. So 30,000. So even if it was like, let's just say they got me 1 deal, even still, right? They got me 1 deal, and it paid out another 10. So in that scenario, for every $1 you spent, you got back 2. And that's how you should be looking at your ad spend or your money you put it into it. Sometimes you put in money and the ads didn't give you any leads, or you send out mailers and it didn't give you any results. That can happen. That's why you're putting it back into the business. And so it's like you don't want to play with scared money. Like if I put a $2,000 into a mailing campaign, for example, that's like I use my credit card, so like I got to pay this back. I really need this. That's scared money. Like it's money you can't afford to lose, because there's no guarantee any ad campaign, any mailers you send out, any programs you use to buy to get leads, that you're gonna get a deal from that. There's been times I put in money into like a monthly basis. Sometimes I got nothing back. There's like there's a point where I was paying $10,000 a month in marketing, and I got nothing. There's been more than once where I didn't get that money back that month, but overall I got a lot more. Typically I would get anywhere from 1 to 3 to sometimes even $4 back for every dollar spent in marketing. Okay. So you're gonna be learning, you're gonna be the whole thing. So as you start putting in money back into the business, that's when you can grow and really scale. Okay, because you're replacing yourself out of every single step, and because there's more time requirements, the very beginning steps versus the very last step, like cashing the check, like, okay, that's what you can still do, or it's actually wire, so you really don't have to do that. So there's nuts out of there too. But you're going to be putting a lot of your emphasis into the very first beginning, and that's another reason why, like in the games, like I'm talking about MMAs, money making activities. How can we get this part of the business going, build momentum, and then this part, because we don't do it as much, because I'm going to be calling 200 people to set one appointment, and I need 3 to 5 appointments to actually get something contract. So yeah, when you're looking at like how many leads you need, how many appointments you need, and to actually get something under contract, and then get it to the title company and actually close and with the buyers and everything. So there's it's going to be, just because of the scalability, right? It's it's what they call it, a funnel, right? You have your leads, contact, under contract, so on. But it's like it's going to be something like this, where you're spending most of your time, your energy, and then close deal, so on and so forth, money, right? Does that make sense, guys? So when let me get out of there. I had more stuff I want to talk about, but I want to open up for questions too. But um, so looking for ways where you can remove yourself from it to give yourself the time freedom, and most time freedom in a business is bought. It's hard to get time freedom without buying it, as in putting money back into your business. Um, Another thing, like on, if you look at the deal finding stuff, it's uh in the back room and in the classroom, when if you want to start doing some scalability stuff, like then you want to build like your minion army as well. So let's say you have a ton of time, and so you're not really looking at your minion army, but that's a good way to kind of scale your business too, is having other people bring you leads through referrals. Um, so just like Jamiah did, like talked to one person and got 3 referrals for it. That's awesome. That's what you want to do, right? So like what people are in their day-to-day lives are people that can maybe point you into deals or give you referrals. So for driving for dollars, I mean, distressed properties, looking at, um, is a great way to find leads. But who knows anyone that's an Uber Eats driver or an Uber driver? Like everyone and their grandma has some sort of little bit of side hustle with Uber Eats. Like I swear, right? Everyone knows like at least 10 people that does, or if not themselves actually do it. Because why not? It's extra cash. So talking to some of these people that you already know that are doing like Uber Eats or the Uber driving, and it's like, hey, listen, if you find a property that we're that looks like the stress property, windows are broken, boarded up windows and walls, bad roof, tall grass, snow on the ground looks like hasn't been touched in like last month, and we had a big snowstorm 3 weeks ago, and they still nothing, no footprints, or so it definitely looks vacant. Um, if they give you the address, then you'll pay them X amount, whatever you want to do, like pay $2,000 if I close on the property. So you're paying them on commission. And once they get paid once, then things really start to get going, guys. So it's kind of hard to keep. It's not hard, but you have to be more like follow up and reminding them, hey, did you see any properties this last week that might kind of fit what we talked about? Because until they start getting involved and feeling it's real, there's a little bit more follow up that's involved. But once you pay them that first time, man, they're gonna go. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is a real thing. Awesome. They really had to pay me that referral commission. Like this is awesome. Another good one is mail people, mailmen, postmen. There we are. Post people. Like they're already they typically have the same route every single time, right? Like when I see a mail person driving around or delivering mail, if possible, like I'll try to pull over and actually have a conversation with these guys, because a lot of times they already know. Like you explain what you're doing, they know the route. They can like give you like the vast majority of time that they can write down like 3 or 4 addresses right then and there, because they know every address in the route by heart. It's like, oh yeah, that is no. I can tell you even the person's names probably. depending how long they've been over it, right? They're like, oh yeah, this is the Bridgely family. That's going over there. You'd be surprised at how much they can do stuff like that. And so like, yeah, I'll pay you if I close in these properties, I'll pay you 3 to 5 thousand. Like, yeah, that's awesome. So using your minion army. Oh yeah, yeah, no problem. See Daniel, but like creating a minion army is a way to help kind of scale your business without having to put all of the funds into it. But you are going to have to put in the time to kind of build that those lists of referrers, of introducers, you know. Um, but does anybody have questions on scalability and trying to scale your business now and start like a lot of you guys are in the beginning stages of even just building your business, getting your first and second deal. So it's like scaling seems kind of far away, but if you start to think of how can I build this business so I can sell it, you're gonna do things differently than you would if it's just like, okay, I'm just looking for my next deal. You're looking with a bigger mindset, a different view, and so you'll be surprised in how well you're gonna start structuring and looking for ways to remove yourself from the whole process as much as possible. Like I think for me, I just love the negotiation part so much that it's hard for me to get that away because it's so much fun. And that's probably what's holding me back as far as for scalability wise, right? It's hard to scale if I'm the only person doing the negotiations in my business. So yeah, it's fun, but but like for me, like I need to let go of that. I need to start letting go and getting some people that can take on that responsibility that frees them time to do more stuff, to build better systems and do other things. But yeah. Um, what questions do you guys have, like on scalability or anything else? Talk to me. Let's see. Clear as mud? Yeah. Okay. All right. We're almost out of time, but perfect. Okay. So tomorrow's day is going to be a little bit more on the onboarding for the school game starts on April 1st. So everyone's invited, whether you're in the games or not. But we're going to do some showing a little what we're doing different in this particular version. And yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for it. Really excited. But yeah. Any other questions so far?
Don't have
Nope.
a question, but
Yeah.
I did give them a call. So the property is under contract, and they said if all goes well, they'll close on Thursday. But
Oh,
I
fast. Okay.
fast. But for one of the other ones, I did give the owner a call. They're not looking to sell that one currently. Yeah, it has like yeah.
Mhm.
I think a car drove into the side of it because the half of the house is missing. Like so, I don't know
Oh my
what.
goodness.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I'll give the other two a call right after this and
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
So like the what part of the house is missing because something happened? Like it's not a fire though, was it? Or
No, it doesn't look like a fire. It's just it's brick on one side and it's just missing like an arch. It's just missing. It's boarded up
oh
on the
wow.
inside, but it's just
Uh-huh.
yeah.
On that one, I would just do I would look at it as if it's just a
Yeah.
land deal,
Pretty-
but minus because now that property is there is a liability because it's going to take money if you want to build on it. If anyone wants to build on it, it's going to take at least $20,000 to $30,000 to
Yeah.
remove all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like a land deal, but minus $30,000, or depending how much it's going to be, or depending on the size of the property, where, and all that stuff. But
I could probably call them
just a
back.
demo.
Yeah, I could probably call them
Mhm.
back in the next month or so and see. But the lady, she's just like, yeah, we're not looking to sell right now. So, that's
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah, great. Um, and did you leave the door open to call them back by chance? And if you didn't, it's fine, no big deal. But like, hey, can I call you back in a month or so, or a couple weeks, see how things are going?
Yeah, I said in a few months.
Okay, got it,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah.
When I called, I didn't
Sweet.
introduce myself though. I just said, "Hi, I'm looking to learn more about this property." And then
Uh-huh.
after I introduce myself because people hang up
Sure.
what I hear.
Because it sounds like a salesperson, right? When it's like, hey, this is, I'm from this company, blah, blah, blah. They're like, okay, they're putting you in a box, right?
Yeah.
But no, that's good. Good job. That's awesome. Taking action. That's the biggest thing. So I'm excited to see how many deals you land in the next month or two. So that's cool. Awesome. Okay, guys.
Hey, Jared.
Yes. Jen?
So the next games are the first, and what's the
Yeah.
pricing again for getting in the next today and tomorrow?
So it's 117, and it's in the first class one. There's a link in the post that it's made, but also it's just the first classroom. That the first box in the classroom tab. But there's a link. There's a link there too in the in the post that it's made. If you want to get straight to it, and I could probably shoot, that's saved to my computer. Maybe not. But yeah, it's 117 for the 2 months. For those that are not doing the month to month, that are already that joined when it was for free to join the community. But perfect. Okay, guys, awesome. Well, I appreciate y'all. And Jen, I'm jealous. Enjoy the slopes. Okay, let's keep on taking action, guys. Do some MMAs and
Thanks, Jared.
let's kill it. Okay, appreciate you guys.